Tom Brady's appearance at the Gucci fashion show is already causing a huge stir online, after fans noticed something unusual about his face and how much it seems to have changed. But now it's not just fans weighing in, because some NFL players are reportedly reacting to the alleged plastic surgery rumors too, and it's getting brutal. On Saturday, May 16, 2026, the legendary quarterback added another title to his lengthy resume, making his debut on the catwalk at the Gucci Resort 2027 collection fashion show. In Times Square in New York, this wasn't some quiet, low-key affair. The event transformed part of Times Square into a large-scale fashion spectacle, with digital billboards, celebrity guests, and models taking over one of Manhattan's busiest tourist districts. Brady's outfit for the event followed a slick theme: black leather pants, paired with a black leather jacket, with a black shirt underneath and matching shoes. He sported a smirk as he made his way down the catwalk. The runway wasn't short on star power, with Paris Hilton and Emily Ratajkowski also taking part in the show, while Cindy Crawford brought things to a close as the finale walk. F1 star Lewis Hamilton was also there, with the likes of Lindsay Lohan, Shawn Mendes, Kim Kardashian, and other celebrities in attendance. But it was Brady who generated the most attention, and not entirely for the reasons you might expect. The clips of Brady strutting down the runway immediately went viral and sparked a bevy of memes on social media, with many mocking his outfit and the apparently extensive plastic surgery he's gotten on his face. Then came the photos. Close-ups from the runway started circulating, and people noticed something specific: an unusual tab seen on Tom Brady's face from the Gucci fashion show. That tab, positioned near his jawline, immediately set off a firestorm of speculation. Was it a surgical adhesive? A facelift bandage he forgot to remove? A steri strip from a recent procedure? Nobody knew for sure, but everybody had a theory. Perhaps the most viral moment of the story is the comparisons between what Brady looked like when he was first drafted into the NFL and what he looks like currently. Brady's face is noticeably thinner and much more defined in 2026 than it was over 2 decades ago. The 19th pick of the 2000 draft, the kid with the average build and the mop of hair and the soft round face, placed next to the razor cheekboned, tight-skinned, hyper-sculpted version of Brady that walked that runway. And you'd think you're looking at two completely different human beings. One of the most popular viral reactions joked about how Brady and Gisele Bündchen famously got divorced over disagreements about him continuing to play football, and now he's dabbling in the profession she built a career on. One post put it plainly: divorce caused he wouldn't quit his job, but now he wants to do hers. The irony was lost on nobody. Brady was one of the models strutting through Times Square for the star-studded Gucci show, which marked new creative director Demna's first cruise collection for the Italian fashion house. But unlike supermodel Cindy Crawford's triumphant return to the runway, the quarterback-turned-broadcaster did not elicit rave reviews in his debut. In fact, everything from his gait to his guise was highly scrutinized, and he should not give up his day job, as the New York Times fashion critic Vanessa Friedman reportedly wrote. But let's rewind, because this wasn't the first time the internet went to war over Tom Brady's face. To understand why that Gucci runway moment exploded the way it did, you need to understand that this conversation has been simmering for years. The tab on the jawline was the latest ignition point, but the kindling had been piling up for a long time. The earliest rumblings of Brady's potential cosmetic work date back to his mid-career years. Tom Brady, known for his athletic prowess and striking appearance, had a naturally handsome and symmetrical face during his NFL career, though subtle signs of aging, such as fine lines around the eyes and forehead, were visible. That was normal, expected even for a man taking hits on a football field for a living. But then something shifted. After he retired in 2022, fans and media began noticing changes in his facial features, prompting discussions about Tom Brady's plastic surgery progression. Plastic surgeon Dr. Gary Linkov dedicated an entire analysis to it. In a 2022 YouTube video, Linkov discussed Brady's facial features, highlighting a frontotemporal recession and noting that his eyebrows were particularly striking, epitomizing the ideal male aesthetic. However, Linkov speculated that Brady might have undergone feminization surgery in 2002, as his once prominent brow ridge appeared noticeably reduced. Jump ahead to 2022, when Linkov began to speculate that Brady might have undergone Botox treatments. At the age of 45, now I'm starting to see some signs of Botox, Linkov explained at the end of his video, after noting that the retired athlete had a smoother appearance to his forehead and reduced animation. Then came the Netflix roast. In May 2024, Nikki Glazer was one of the highlights of Netflix's Tom Brady roast, eviscerating the NFL superstar with jokes about his divorce from Gisele Bündchen. But Glazer didn't get to deliver every punchline she intended to during the live comedy event. During a post-roast interview on The Howard Stern Show, Glazer rattled off some of the Brady jokes she cut from her set. The unaired plastic surgery line, "Tom, I love your work that you've done on your face." The punchline continued with a reference to Brady looking like a microwaved Ken doll and a callback to Deflategate, telling him to stop deflating things. The joke was deemed too on the nose for the broadcast, but its existence told you everything you needed to know. Even in Hollywood, Brady's face was fair game. Then came the Super Bowl Licks broadcast in February 2025. Tom Brady started his gig as a commentator at Super Bowl Licks after securing a $375 million contract for Fox Sports. When he appeared on screen, many fans took to social media to comment on his appearance. A second fan wrote, "Why does Tom Brady look like a wax museum version of himself?" Many fans could agree that Tom's appearance suggests he has had buccal fat removal. "I think Brady had buccal fat removal because baby those cheekbones," one person wrote on X. By December 2025, the discussion ramped up again when the legendary NFL quarterback turned Fox Sports announcer sparked concern with his appearance on Sunday. Brady, 48, has been accused of looking like someone who has had a bit too much plastic surgery. The 7-time Super Bowl winning quarterback was on the call of the Bills vs. Eagles game on Sunday. Fans didn't mince words, always amazed by the amount of Botox in Tom Brady's face. One fan wrote, "Brady is a walking advertisement against using Botox," one fan added. Another offered the most damning review. "What happened to Tom Brady's face? He's been Frankensteined, his eyebrows are really messed up. Am I late to this, or was it a recent Botox job gone horribly wrong?" And then that first broadcast, Tom Brady entered the world of NFL broadcasting during the Dallas Cowboys clash with the Cleveland Browns at Huntington Bank Field, following his recent signing of a lucrative 10-year, $375 million contract with Fox Sports. However, the 47-year-old Super Bowl champ's inaugural appearance was overshadowed by social media buzz, as fans speculated about possible plastic surgery and Botox, suggesting he looked noticeably different during his debut. The nickname Botox Brady began trending. "Dude needs to chill on the plastic surgery," one user wrote in the NFL post comment section, while someone else said, "Botox City Jesus." So by the time Brady showed up on that runway in Times Square, the discussion wasn't new. It was, however, about to hit a level nobody anticipated. The speculation is one thing. The professional analyses are another entirely. And multiple plastic surgeons have weighed in publicly on what they believe they're seeing. Dr. Ellie Levine, director of plastic surgery at Plastic Surgery and Dermatology of NYC, has commented on Brady's transformation in the past. Levine zeroed in on a very specific detail about Brady's hairline. "No matter how superhuman you are on the football field, hairlines recede." Dr. Levine said, "That temple recession you see as men age is not necessarily an unattractive look. It doesn't necessarily detract from their aesthetic at that point. But in Tom's case, that recession has essentially disappeared." That's a carefully worded observation. Over the years, Tom Brady's face has shown slight changes. Earlier photos show a more rugged, natural look, while more recent images reveal a smoother and more refined appearance. Richland wrote in a blog post analyzing whether Brady had been subjected to plastic surgery. Whether the legendary quarterback has indeed had any work done remains a mystery, but his ever-youthful appearance continues to spark online discussions. Cosmetic expert and plastic surgeon Dr. Michael Nichol has commented on Brady's appearance, noting that he seems to be aging in reverse. Dr. Nichol suggests that Brady's youthful glow could result from a combination of a healthy diet, an advanced skincare regimen, and possibly minor procedures such as a mini facelift, microneedling, laser treatments, or jawline enhancement with fillers. According to Dr. Nichol, a mini facelift is similar to a traditional facelift, but less invasive, helping maintain facial contours and a refreshed appearance. Fans and media outlets have highlighted his tight facial contours, defined jawline, and smooth forehead, suggesting potential treatments such as Botox, dermal fillers, or a facelift. The running list of suspected procedures, compiled from multiple expert opinions, includes Botox injections to smooth the forehead and reduce crow's feet, dermal fillers along the jawline, potential hair transplant work, and dental veneers. Tom Brady's charming smile has also drawn attention. Over the years, he enhanced his teeth with veneers, slightly lengthening and reshaping them to create a more balanced and attractive look. This cosmetic dental treatment is distinct from plastic surgery, but has significantly improved his smile and charisma. Megyn Kelly weighed in after the Gucci show as well. But look, everything is sharper and more angled, and there is a question about whether that's just weight loss and the difference in workout routine, or whether there is professional surgery involved there to try to make him look just a little more feminine/looks maxing. She said on her show, she went further. "I don't know, but I don't think Tom Brady is a stranger to the plastic surgeon's office. That's just my own armchair belief. I don't think that evolution we are watching there happens naturally. And through all of this, every doctor's analysis, every side-by-side comparison, every social media firestorm, there is no official confirmation from Tom Brady regarding any plastic surgery. He consistently attributes his youthful and chiseled appearance to his healthy lifestyle, strict diet, fitness routines, and post-career weight loss, rather than cosmetic procedures. The Tom Brady diet, also known as the TB12 method, is a plant-based diet that focuses on whole foods, with an emphasis on organic, locally grown, and seasonal produce. Tom, who introduced the diet in his 2017 book, The TB12 Method, How to Do What You Love Better and for Longer, credits the plan for his longevity in his professional football career and helping him lower the risk of injuries and minimize inflammation, while improving his athletic performance, energy levels, recovery, and health as a whole. Diet or surgery? The debate rages on. But the Gucci show introduced a new variable, that mysterious tab on the face, and it pushed the conversation from maybe Botox to there might be physical proof on camera. Now, here's where it gets interesting, because when random fans on the internet make comments, that's noise. When former NFL players, guys who shared locker rooms and huddles with Brady, start weighing in, that's a different frequency altogether. The tone from the NFL community hasn't been uniformly harsh, but it hasn't been gentle either. The reaction exists on a spectrum from playful ribbing to outright bewilderment. The 7-time Super Bowl champion quickly went viral following his catwalk debut at Gucci's Cruise 2027 fashion show. Social media users are comparing him to the Terminator. The legendary quarterback was compared to both a divorced Terminator and Tobias Funke from Arrested Development. One fan summed it up: "He looks like a ridiculous plastic robot. No need to do this, and why would he be so goofy?" Another wrote, "Oh no, he is into everything these days. Not a good look for the GOAT, in my opinion." Now, the NFL player reactions need to be understood in context. Brady's relationship with former teammates had already been tested earlier in 2026, in the lead-up to Super Bowl LX between the New England Patriots and Seattle Seahawks. Brady unintentionally triggered a backlash from multiple former Patriots teammates on Monday, when he declared, "I don't have a dog in the fight. May the best team win in the upcoming Super Bowl." That comment, seemingly harmless, opened floodgates. Vince Wilfork called the comments political bullcrap. Asante Samuel Sr. called him flaw-ass Brady, said he was highly disappointed in Brady for not rooting for his ex-teammate, Patriots head coach Mike Vrabel, and jokingly suggested Brady's Gillette Stadium statue be replaced with one of himself. Rob Gronkowski made very clear he was rooting for the Patriots. Even active players got involved. Patriots linebacker Robert Spillane said Thursday that it makes him sick hearing that Brady doesn't have a dog in the fight. So the relationship was already frayed when the Gucci photos and the tab photos started making the rounds. Former teammates who'd already called him flaw-ass Brady over the Super Bowl neutrality controversy weren't exactly in a forgiving mood when new ammunition presented itself. The Terminator jokes, the plastic robot comments, the memes comparing him to a wax figure. These didn't just come from random accounts. They came from sports insiders, NFL media personalities, and players within the league's orbit, who'd been watching Brady's transformation with growing fascination and increasing candor. But not all were praising Brady for his looks or runway walk. Some straight up called out the 7-time Super Bowl champion on his plastic looks and trolled him for his walk. The walk itself became its own meme. Another said he needs to work on his walk. A user pointed out, "That is how an athlete walks. He is gorgeous." Even the praise was backhanded. When people say that is how an athlete walks to defend a runway performance, it tells you everything about how it actually looked. Brady walked like a man who's navigated pocket pressure from 300-pound defensive ends. not a man who's been trained to glide down a catwalk. But since his retirement following the 2022 NFL season, the only season of his 23-year career in which he led his team to a losing record, 8-9 with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and the season with his career lowest total quarterback rating, Brady has largely struggled to achieve the type of widespread adulation that he experienced throughout his playing days. The retired quarterback turned businessman and product pitchman has taken a wide range of jobs and made numerous investments in enterprises ranging from a sports card retail chain to an online food delivery service. This is the backdrop. A man who once commanded reverence in every room he entered is now the subject of Terminator memes. The GOAT of football is getting ratioed by fans comparing him to a microwaved Ken doll. And the NFL world, players, analysts, media members, is watching it unfold with a mixture of sympathy, amusement, and outright confusion. So after all of this, the Gucci show, the mysterious tab, the Terminator comparisons, the NFL player reactions, the doctor analyses, the years of mounting speculation. What's actually happening with Tom Brady's face? Let's lay out what we know for certain. Brady has been involved in the fashion industry since 2007, modeling for brands like Under Armour, UGG Australia, and Tag Heuer, and co-founding his own menswear label, Brady, in 2022. The former NFL star officially stepped into modeling with a GQ cover look and a major multi-page spread in V-Man magazine in 2007. Following that, Brady gradually became a model and global ambassador for several brands, including Under Armour in 2010, UGG Australia in 2011, and Tag Heuer in 2015. In 2022, he co-founded his own menswear fashion label Brady, alongside Jens Grid and designer Dao Yi Chao. So this isn't a man who stumbled into fashion on a whim. He's been building this lane for nearly 2 decades. The Gucci show was a culmination, not an impulse. What's also certain is that his face has changed, dramatically and undeniably. As the poster on X hinted at, Brady's fame and fortune have allowed him access to the latest fashion trends and cosmetic advantages that he didn't have when he was in his 20s. Some people have dug into the details of what work Brady may have had done on his body and face to look so young at 48 years old. The tab spotted on his face at the Gucci show adds a tangible visual element that has never been present before in this debate. Prior to that, the entire conversation was built on side-by-side comparisons and expert speculation. But a visible adhesive or steri-strip on a man's jawline at a major public event introduces the possibility of evidence. It's not definitive. It could be anything, but it's also not nothing. Tom Brady has not confirmed any plastic surgery or cosmetic procedures publicly. He has never addressed the Botox rumors, the buccal fat removal theories, the facelift speculation, or the hair transplant whispers. His position has remained consistent. His appearance is the result of the TB12 lifestyle, clean eating, discipline, and genetics. And maybe that's true. Or maybe it's partially true. Maybe the TB12 method does contribute to his overall wellness and physique, and maybe some cosmetic refinements have happened alongside it. Multiple doctors have noted that it would be entirely possible, and frankly normal, for a 48-year-old public figure worth hundreds of millions of dollars to combine a rigorous wellness routine with selective cosmetic procedures. What's undeniable, though, is the reaction. Fans can react strongly when they notice changes in their favorite celebrities' appearances. When a public figure like Tom Brady shows signs of aging, it often sparks debates and discussions online. Except with Brady, it's the opposite. It's not signs of aging that spark the debate, it's the apparent absence of them. Post-football, the 48-year-old is seemingly everywhere. From sports broadcasting, professional team ownership, health tech ventures, to entertainment. He's a minority owner of the Las Vegas Raiders. He's Fox Sports' $375 million analyst. He's now a runway model for one of the most prestigious fashion houses on the planet. He is pushing into every lane available to him, reinventing himself at every turn. And with every reinvention, his face looks a little different than it did the time before. The NFL world's reaction, from Vince Wilfork's exasperation to Asante Samuel's flaw-ass Brady, to the thousands of memes likening him to a Terminator, isn't just about cosmetic procedures. It's about watching one of the most dominant athletes in history morph into something they don't quite recognize anymore. The guy who led fourth-quarter comebacks in 6 different Super Bowls is now getting roasted for the way he walks in leather pants. The man who spent 23 years being celebrated for what his body could do on a football field is now being scrutinized for what's been done to his face off of it. While fans and professionals alike recognize the major role of his fitness, disciplined diet, and consistent lifestyle in creating his refined appearance, fans continue to debate his looks on social media, with some joking about Botox Brady and others praising his appearance. Whether Tom Brady has had plastic surgery remains technically unconfirmed, but the court of public opinion, fueled by that tab on his face at the Gucci show, by years of mounting visual evidence, and by the willingness of NFL players and media figures to say out loud what everyone's been thinking, has already rendered its verdict. And judging by how Brady has handled every controversy in his career, Deflategate, Spygate, the divorce, the Super Bowl neutrality fiasco, he'll likely respond the same way he always does, by saying nothing, smirking, and moving on to the next thing. After all, that's how a goat operates, even if the goat's face looks a little different every time you see it.